Hey, Avie, welcome to today's podcast. That is Divv Podcast, and we're right now in the founder series. But right now, I we are going to discuss about startups, ecosystems, and how are things going on in tech. And you're also in this tech niche and tech field. So, can you introduce yourself to our audience, Avie?
Hello, everyone. My name is Avie Fukai, and I am now based in Japan. I've been in tech for how many years right now? I guess overall 12 or 13 years. So I was a back-end developer for 8 years, and then I went to management for around like 4 years right now. So yeah, overall I've been in tech, and I've witnessed lots of ups and downs in all of my communities and like tech environment. I'm very excited to do this podcast with Div. It's actually my third podcast since I started like a community activity. So yeah, let's
So
get on.
how are you doing, Avie? How is life right now in Japan?
Right now we just think of just, having fun while trying to make things better every day. Just simply working, work and sleep and work and sleep and have fun.
That sounds good. Could you tell us like how is your day to day look like when you're working? Like where exactly you working at?
I'm working at I'm working at a company in Tokyo. We do the offshore thingy. The clients are in Japan, and then sometimes I go to the office. Sometimes I'm working from home. So for today, I'm here at the comfort of my own office. I've been working and just I guess I spent like 60% of talking to people today, and 10% of taking notes, and another some percent for something that like just managing stuff. So
Okay,
I
so
wake at
you've transitioned your role from being a techie to actually a role that involves managing people, right?
Oh, I have to correct you on that. Managing people is also a part of being a techie. So is that completely transition? Is like I just focused now on working with people, managing with people and processes, and before I just do like programming stuff. So more on I transitioned from being someone who do stuff to someone who makes like easier for people to do stuff. Maybe
Ah,
let's make it that way.
that's really nice. I mean, product management role. I think that's what we can say this surely. But yeah, I mean, could you tell us about let's say if there is a person who is listening to this podcast who is just a beginner in this tech niche and wants to
Mhm.
work, especially in Japan. What are the ways and the opportunities for them to actually apply to companies that are based in Japan?
Okay. So you're telling me that this is a tech stuff, right? First. So even not in Japan, first you have to focus on like tech is too broad. When you say like tech in Japan, it's still broad. So you need to get a clear target of like what do you want to be in Japan? Okay. So for example, you want to be in product management. Okay. So or you want to be a system engineer, or you want to be a data analyst, or a UX design, for example. So you have to put focus on it, because just saying that you want to be in tech in Japan is too vague, and it's very hard to to study the whole thing. So first, focus on your target, and then once the target is clear, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna study the current job descriptions in Japan. So there are a lot of like services in Japan that you can actually register, and then they have this what they call that information about the current jobs, and you can actually register in there and then ask the person in charge about the market in Japan. So
Are there
yes,
any
you
platforms online that you can go to apply for these roles, or is it like through an
there is
agent?
there is more or less like people use agents, because agents are free for those who are searching for job. like the company pays them. So there's no harm in actually registering for a site. There are lots of sites like we have this Recruit, we have Duda, and we have like a lot like Biswitch. So they actually put an ads in everywhere. So it's very easy to just Google them, for example, like agents in Japan. And it's very wise to use agents because they really bring you into process. So when you register to it, like they will contact you and then you'll start like you're gonna have like a soft interview with them, and then they're gonna check your profile. They're gonna ask you these things, Raquel. What is your target market? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What is your desired salary? What's your experiences? Okay, you're new into tech. What's your background? Okay, so what do you think you can contribute in this thing? And then they're gonna start looking for the company that matches that thing. So of course they're not just gonna like be there for a hero for you. So if they think that you have the value, then they're gonna introduce you into a good company because you have to gain trust, their trust first. So if you're just gonna show up in there, like you're not presentable enough, you don't polish your portfolio enough, and your resume is full of like nonsense things, they're not gonna trust you. They're not gonna give the good company to you because it will ruin their credibility. So first, like if you're registering to these agents, make sure you are ready to. They're gonna tell you how to get ready. So just the first meet, be presentable at least, and make sure that you are ready to to cope up, not have the fixed thing that I am the best. I am the best, so I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna receive any what they call that. I'm not
Negative
gonna receive
feedbacks.
or feedbacks. Okay, so you have to be very how do you call that? You have to accept the feedback and then focus on that. It's a very good one. So let's go back to doing the target. So for example, you want to be a marketer, like a marketer. You want to be in a tech marketing. How do you call that in Japan? We have this devrels. They're on some of them are on developer side, some of them are on the marketing side, some of them got both. So for example, you're in the devrel. And then what is actually hot now in Japan is if you can use AI when you're in the tech fund. So for example, a marketer might use an AI for content workflows or experimentation. Like if you want to be a product person, you might be using it for research analysis, for synthesis, for prototyping. If you want to be a developer, you must be using AI for faster iteration, debugging documentation. So all of these things should be wrapped up and put into the front of the agent for them to know like what they can expect to you and how they can like offer you to the client, not offer to the client, but
Yeah.
like you
Also,
know.
do you need to know Japanese in order to like work in Japan, or is it English is all good?
Now, I'd say 90% or 95% you should be at least having N2 to have a decent role in Japan. So a lot of companies here don't use still other language other than Japan. They're international companies, of course. They're companies that like get a bridge that, for example, if you don't know Japanese but you know English, there are some communicator that helps you all the way. But it's not gonna be very good at communication because in Japan, decision making must be fast because everything is fast. Like the one that is like decided today, it might change the next hour. So decision making should be fast in everything. And if you don't know Japanese and you're in a Japanese company, you'll be late for knowing the information. You'll be late to decide. And when something needs decision and they have to wait until you understand everything, it's gonna be hard for you. It's gonna be hard for the other people too. So I'd recommend at least you do learn Japanese. And one thing in the coming years, it will be set in the Japanese law. I'm not really sure right now when it will happen, but it's in the move. Like, if you want to be a professional in Japan, you have to have this specific Japanese language proficiency. I think it is set for N2 and above. Japanese language proficiency test got like N5, the lowest, and N1, the highest, at least N2. And there's gonna be interview for some things before you can get the role. So yeah, I'd say it's been a long answer, but all in all, short, it will be a big advantage if you have this Japanese knowledge and you can speak Japanese.
Yeah, I think so. And how's the startup ecosystem over there? Like, is government funding startups, new startups that are coming in Japan, or how is the thing there on that side? Startup ecosystems.
Startup ecosystems, I'm not really sure because I haven't worked in a startup yet, but I work in a company where it was like 5 years, I guess, after startup. The ecosystem is, they say that not just in Japan, but everywhere, like working in a startup is hard, right? Because there's not much people and you have to have a different hat. You have to be able to do a lot of things because yeah, there's not a lot of people and you have to do this role and this role and this role. So it's also the same in Japan. So the thing is, you can gain a lot of experience. That is one. It's very hard to get inside a startup because there's a lot of risk on hiring people. So in Japan, the risk is higher because they cannot fire people without a very specific reason. In other country, for example, in US, I heard that you hear story that the next morning you wake up and then you don't have
Yeah,
account anymore,
that's true.
right?
That's
Yeah.
true. They
In
just
Japan, they can't
say,
do that.
oh,
They can't do that. So one thing you can note in Japan is it is very risky to hire people. So they are very careful in hiring people, especially the startup, because hiring people means that they are gonna invest in you and they can't fire you without specific reason. So um, even if they are really struggling, they can't fire you just because they are struggling. So a startup that doesn't have that much fund, for example, will not hire someone that they don't trust because it will be so risky and they can't fire you if something goes wrong. So yeah, it's very hard to target startup if they don't really trust you, if you don't gain their trust and like you're not skillful enough. Mm,
what are
that's
the average salaries that developers get in Japan? If you can talk about that in dollars.
one more thing, please. I didn't get that.
What is the average median salaries that developers get?
Salary.
Yeah.
It really depends. But if you're a fresh graduate without um experience, and it depends also on the role. For example, if you're a programmer is like a developer who just programs. It ranges from around how many dollars is it? Like it's yearly basis. So like 3 million for 3 million starting a year, 3 million yen. And then I don't know, it was like 8 years ago from my experience. And then probably it goes up as you as you gain experience. And it might go to medium 5 million Japanese yen per year. And a lot of people goes into like um 10 million. Am I correct? Is it 10 million? I felt like, yeah, wait. Sengmang. Let me Google it. You have to cut this.
Sure.
Sengmang and to what is like English is, oh my god, not English.
Dollars.
Dollars into dollars. Oh, it's like this the high one, okay? The high one is 62K dollars. This is the high one. The average is for developers, okay? The average would be I think 500, so it's like 31K dollars for average yearly. What do you think?
I think it's somewhere around that. But
Mhm.
sometimes like if I'm talking about startups, it can be much lower because that time, if it's an early startup that you're working at and they don't have adequate funds, then like the salary you'll get is it's not fixed. I mean, in European startups, that's how it works. I don't know about Japanese startups, but in Europe, when you're working at some early stage startups, and it's really early stage, then it's like you will be able to actually make like around $12,000, not more than that, in a year.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so that's how it
Min-
is.
Minimum here probably is like 300 won yen, so that will be 18k per year. The thing about here is they have the minimum the market, and even startup, if they just put up this very low salary, nobody will come to them because startup means hard work.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to work in startups. So if they put it lower than like this specific thing, probably if they put it 15, it will be hard for them to get like employees.
That's true. I mean, crazy people are working in startups. That's what I can say. I mean, I am one of
Yeah.
them, so I will say, I will say that. Yeah, but what do you think? What skills do you think will matter most over the next 5 years?
Communication still. I know. I don't know how you guys think, but I do think that no matter how uh, good a person is, if I can't communicate to them, we cannot do good stuff together. So, for example, if I am a startup owner or if I'm someone who's gonna start up with someone, I prefer someone who can grow with me and can communicate to me on daily basis. So I don't know, more on skill one because you can practice skills. You know, you can go to some like boot camps or some you can earn experiences somewhere. You can just build products together and improve. The thing is there's people that's very good in communication. Communication can also be trained, but it's like more on there are just other people that is gifted in communicating. They are very good at convincing people to do things. For example, they are very good at motivating people to do things. They are very good at arranging information and doing things. So that are the things that will be forever needed. So not just those 3 to 5 years. Example, if right now we all are tired about AI things, but we have to accept that AI is here, and a lot of companies actually replace their employees with AI. And the thing that they cannot replace is the communication part, because AI cannot motivate people yet. We don't know right now. We don't know like a couple of years from now, but right now, we need people to motivate people. We need people to bind people together. So, people that is really good in communication can do that. So, communication is the main thing that I would say would still be needed in like 3 to 5 years. Yeah.
And how do you think that young people should think about AI impacting their careers?
Uh, it is true that it's very hard right now to apply in a company if you are if you have skill less than an AI. So what I can do is really to say that they have to prepare things, and we have lots of podcasts and lots of contents about this, right? So if you don't want to be replaced by AI, do this and that. And so there's
Yeah,
a lot of information on the internet already. We don't have to discuss it one by
yeah,
one. So we're gonna
definitely.
think is like, yeah, and we can just put examples right now. We can hear over here like networking, right? Building own projects, right? And then you have to stand out. So by standing out, that means like you have to have your own power that you can see that people can trust you because you can do this and that, and you have to just put proof on that. So for example, you're gonna go and you're a fresh graduate, or you're like you don't have experience yet and you want to apply in the specific company, and you have to convince them that hey, I can do the work more than AI, and I can use this AI, I can utilize this AI. So um, a lot of people put AIs as a rival, but I think it's a good comrade. So like you utilize it and you'll be like your value would rise like two times, three times. So what you can do right now is like just focus on polishing yourself. We all know that networking, right? So um why do we need networking? What do you think?
I think
Did you
networking is really important these days because, like, more the people are now using their phones. They think that they shouldn't go outside and actually talk with people. So one of the
mm,
important things I feel whenever someone talks about networking, it's something that you should do in the start. You should do a lot in the start, and that's what I did personally when I was in my freshman year and in my sophomore year in my college. I used to go to every in-person event that was possible
mm,
to attend to in my city that I was living in back then. And because of doing that, I made a lot of friends, and and those friends really come in handy. I mean, now, like, let's say I want to switch my role, or and I was even active on Twitter, and that's how I met Avie because through her
yes.
spaces. So I mean, like by doing this, by showing up to different spaces on Twitter, and also like going out like in offline meetups, I was able to build a network. So let's say I was fired, or I am not able to get a job. So I can say,
Mm,
hey, Avi, do you think that there are new opportunities for me? Then if something clicked, then we might say, oh, hey, there is this opportunity. You can apply there and see whether it works out or not. So I mean, and if you not network, how will you like know what's happening in tech? What are people thinking
yeah.
who are already working in tech? So it's really important, I think, that you should always network with people. And like, of course, humans are social being. They need to communicate with people. And as Avi was saying that, hey, the communication is the skill that is really most important, and it will be in the upcoming 5 years. So I think it's just more connections, and humans are the way wired in a way in which they want to talk with different people with different nationalities. Now it's much more easier with like with internet. You can just connect, and you can like talk with people from different countries, and I think that's quite awesome to connect with people that are not from your country, from different countries. You get a lot of different perspectives, right, Avi?
Yeah, right. And that is very true, actually. Well, let's go back into your startup focus last time. Let's connect this startup into networking. So, for example, you did with go and start your own company. Would you hire a stranger that you don't know if they're telling you lies in their resume or not?
No, I won't. I'm not gonna hire someone who's just stranger.
Right?
Yeah,
Right? So right now you can't believe resume because AI is there. They're gonna polish every resume that will come to you. So everyone would come with perfect resume. So you cannot trust that 100% anymore. So what we're gonna do is, for example, the startup, we don't trust the credentials anymore because you just what
yeah,
you trust here, for example, for startup is everyone will be filled with referrals with the people you trust. Like you know someone online in Twitter, and for example, they are doing this podcast like you, or they are like vlogging. They are doing blogs on what they're doing online, and then you know what they're doing. You can see it every day. They're focusing on this. They're learning on this, so they can do this. So you trust them because you know what they can do. So you have your friend, you know that this person can do the things that you need the most. So in startups, roles were filled with referrals, with communities. You know someone in community that you know that very good at something, and you need this specific thing in your company that you really want to be done by that person because you know you can trust it, right? So networking is
and here
good because
I have
you said
one
earlier,
story that I want to tell you. So what happened
yeah.
was, like last year in December, I did my first international solo trip. So I went
Oh.
out of India to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, where I met one of my friends who like we met online, and his name is Rafid Hoda. He is a founder of Hoda Labs, and because of that, I'm right now working at Hoda Labs because we met in person and we discussed things, and we were talking about, hey, like we should do this, and how should we do things and all that. And like I think I wanted a switch So I was working at New York time zone. So it's really hard for like if you are in India to work for a US
Mm-hmm.
based startup because the hourly difference is so much that like when
Yeah.
you're working, it's like late night for you and early
Mm.
morning for them. So I mean now it's like my working schedules is based on European hours. That's just 3 hours 30 minutes difference. So it's not that much, but because we started talking online and then I flew to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and I really had a crazy experience because when I was in flight I met different people, and I'm now that guy who can talk with anyone. So if I'm in a room, I'll make few friends there itself. So I'm so much talkative these days, but it's all right. It's part of who I am. But I mean, by doing that and by actually talking with them in person, I landed this new role that I am working at right now. So I mean, it's something that is what networking is, or it's like making new friends and doing things. So
Exactly. Mm. Yeah. So you're a perfect example. Yeah.
I
That's how
mean,
important talking is. Mm.
that's true. So have you been outside of Japan as well and like traveled to different countries? How is it like, Abby?
I've been traveling here and there. I can't tell you where is it part of the show, but um, it is fun outside the country too. But I can't say that I'd go outside Japan to live. It's still my best country. So yeah, the food is the best here. Mhm.
What's your favorite food?
A lot,
Any
a
specific?
lot. Um, I a specific one. I see the tonkatsu one. It's like just search it later. But
Okay.
I love tonkatsu. But the thing is that if I go outside Japan, there's a lot of pros and cons. Like if I go outside Japan, I can see how how good life in Japan is. So you know the
Uh,
difference when you go outside. It when you are in Japan, you're in a specific place. You can't appreciate the good things in that place because it's normal for you.
yeah,
But when you
true.
go outside Japan, you'll have this realizations like, oh my god, this is like this is so good when I was back in Japan. Why is it like this? I was like, this is not my normal, but I have to adjust on it. But the thing is, um, you just appreciate things more if you go outside. If you go to other countries, you'll
Have
see
you
the
been
pros
to
and cons.
Asia?
Example, what?
Have you been to Asia?
Asia? Oh, yeah,
Yeah. Have you been to
I'm planning to
India?
go. India, not yet. I'm planning to go somewhere this year. Let's see.
Okay, so you're coming to India. Do let me know when you're coming. Maybe we can catch up. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Um,
see.
we'll see. But I'll definitely come to Japan. That's for sure. And let's
Mm.
see like when is the right time for me to come. But anyways, like what's the right time to visit Japan? Is it all around the year or is it like specifically some dates?
All around the year, they have all seasons got good things. The thing only that I don't want you to come here is it's very hard season and it's a rainy season because rainy season you cannot like just enjoy outside as much as the other seasons. So rainy seasons is coming probably at the end of June
Uh-huh.
to July, and it's very hot in August. But yeah, it's very hot in August. If you're coming to Okinawa, for example, Okinawa is like the sea, the beach is good. It's better to go there in summer. But then on other seasons, I think it is the best is April or March, end of March and April for the sakura season. And if you want like a momiji and autumn leaves, it's good here at the end of Jugatsu is October to November. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
if you want to go ski, you go here January. So all around
On the
the
other day,
whole
I was
year.
just watching this video of Mount Fuji. So, like people going to that place via train. So, I
Mm.
mean, how is it? Have you been to
Mount
that?
Fuji.
Yeah.
No, no, I'm so afraid. I went to the foot of Mount Fuji.
Okay. No, no
you need
one.
energy to go there. Like it's like a training. You go there to prove that you have enough strength to conquer Japan. It's like a last wall of Japan.
Oh my god. All right. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm quite that guy who likes adventures, so maybe I'll try. I did my first scuba diving recently. So, I mean, I went underwater in Dubai's largest pool. So it was quite awesome to do that.
So yeah, what's your hobby? By the way, I didn't ask. When you go outside the country, what's your to go? For example.
I think that I like to do a lot of adventure sports. So it's like motor riding or it's like skydiving, it's scuba diving,
Oh,
things like that. So,
I don't. I I respect people that take risk because I can't do it.
I mean, it's not
So
too much risk if it's controlled. It's not that of a risk, I think.
it's still a risk. Like just imagine I go here and there, flying here and there, but then every time I like ride an airplane, I still think that the probability of this airplane crashing is 0.0001%. So
True, true.
it's so risky. I'm sorry.
And
Let's go back to the
sure,
topic.
sure. How are Japanese people in terms of like connecting and being friends?
What people? Japanese people?
How Japanese people are in terms of socializing, and do they like talking to people from different nationalities, or how is it?
It's a very good question and a very hard question because we don't say Japanese people overall. These days, Japanese people are divided into people that love with others and people that just very tired every day and they just want to lock themselves in their room and play games on their weekends. So there are people that really love talking to people, and I have
Like you?
few my friends like me. I have fun with my friends as like if we are bored, we just open Discord and just like call, and then we just go and like hang out. Okay, let's go to McDonald's. Okay, and then just go to McDonald's and like hang out and like we go to hot springs and just drink tea and then go home coffee go home. And there are people who love parties. They go to bar, they go to Akihabara, to lively places. There are people who love tech events. They go to every event every week and they host every event. Like I have a friend that really got a community to do the own event because he loved events so much. So and it's mix of Japanese and non-Japanese who's living in Japan. Most of the people actually just love their work, so they are so passionate with the things that they're doing. So that's what I respect a lot also in Japanese people. It's like they are committed into doing the things that they have in mind. So a lot of people are around the world are talking about work-life balance, etc.
Yeah,
So
that's also was my next question. Like, is
yeah.
work-life balance in Japan getting better? Is the workaholic culture still real?
So the thing is, the workaholic doesn't seem to be workaholic when you're in Japan, and you understand the culture because being workaholic on the thing it's negative, right? These people are so workaholic. They're so like they don't have work life balance. But the thing is, young people grind a lot, so they when they grow a bit, they can help younger ones, and they just have this strong sense of responsibility. The thing every day I noticed, I've been working in Japan for 12 years. Probably it's my 13th year working here. And I told you that I respect Japanese people. The thing is the commitment to their work. For example, nobody would tell them like, okay, finish this work on at the end of the finish this work. Do overtime, this and that. So even if nobody would tell them to do that, they would do that because they are like just committed on finishing things because they don't wanna burden other people. So this is strong in Japan. It's like I don't want to burden other people, so I have to do this, and it's my responsibility to do this without people telling them to do it. So, and that's
Well,
one
that's
thing
really
also.
great, and I really appreciate that They're not.
Mm,
They're thinking that way, in which they are thinking about the other person that they are working with, and they're
yeah.
doing their work, and they're not letting their like the whole flow stop just because of them. So that's
Mm,
something that's really admirable, and I really like about that.
yeah. Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
than that,
Yeah.
what's one lesson from Japanese culture that every young professional should adopt? What do you think that?
Respecting people's time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So in my culture in the Philippines before, I'm originally from Japan. We have this Filipino time, which is you are expecting other people to arrive at least one
You
hour
were
late.
born in Philippines or you were born in Japan?
I was born I like Philippines. My nationality is Filipino, so I'm a
Ah,
Filipino in Japan. So yeah, but I've been here for like half my life. So the thing is, in there, it's okay to be late. Or in Japan, it's always at least 5 minutes. We have this Gofun Maikodo or Jippun Maikodo, which means like you have to when you promise to be there at 10 a.m., be there at 9:55. If you are meeting a people that is like that put a lot of effort for you, be there earlier and make sure that you arrive on time. So because people must respect each other's time. So actually, I was a minute late on our meeting right now, Dave, and I feel guilty for that. So
ah,
I was like, I am really really sorry. So that's the thing.
that's
Is
insane.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, being late for a minute is like wasting other people's time, and time is money. This is true in Japan. So every ticking minute is having the decision making late, especially if you're in a management. And the thing is, if there is a decision making being late, then the people that's doing the work cannot do the work. So you're being a bottleneck for every minute. And if you're working with someone, example, another manager, and you're having a meeting with them, and you wasted a minute of their time, that means like their subordinates would stop working because you wasted their time. And if you're having a meeting with your subordinate, and then they cannot start their work because you're using their time. And one thing also is we compute our time. Professionals here in Japan, not actually everyone, but we say that, for example, we are paid this per hour.
Ah,
Okay, we will be taking this hour. Example, I want to have a meeting with my manager. My manager has salary of this per month, so his hour is like this. So I would be taking 10 minutes of his hour, of his time. How much is that? So one thing is like I have to be sure that if I ask a meeting for someone, it has to be fruitful for both of us,
true.
and we're not wasting our time just because it costs both of us. So we respect that every second, every minute. So yeah, like that. Well, this is a professional thing, and when we are just with friends, we still respect their time slightly, but it's not about money at this one. It's them taking their time out of something that they love to meet you, or
Yeah.
yeah, to make time for you. Example, they love gaming, but instead of that, they
Went out with
they
you.
yeah, you went out to you, and then for example they want to spend time with their family, but then because like you said, hey, let's go hang out, they hang out with you. So the thing is, it's creating bond, so it's a good thing. But if you arrive there 30 minutes late, you've wasted their 30 minutes that they should have, spend with the things that they
That's
love.
true.
Yeah, that one thing.
Anyways, I always do these things. So there will be a rapid fire round in which I'll
Mm.
be asking you some like short questions that you'll have to answer quickly. So are you ready for
Oh
it?
no, I hate short questions.
But yeah, I mean, there will
Oh
be
yeah,
only
I'll try.
4 to 5 questions in this round. So let's start the
Mm-hmm.
rapid fire round. So anime or manga?
Manga.
Okay. Most underrated Japanese food.
Sushi. Is it underrated for me?
All right. One app you can't live without.
One what?
One app you can't live without.
One app I can't live without. Um, Google Maps.
Right. Best city for tech in Japan.
Best what? I'm sorry.
Best city for tech in Japan.
Best city for tech in Japan, definitely Tokyo.
What's your dream startup to build?
Dream startup to
Build.
build. My dream startup to build.
Yeah.
It's an educational one. I want to build an educational business. Yeah, startup.
Awesome. Well, thanks for answering the rapid fire round, and rapid fire round is now over. I'd love to know more about, like, you told me you're Filipino. I didn't knew that. Like, can you show
Yeah.
me like your background story, how you came from Philippines to Japan?
Uh it was 2010 when I came to Japan. I was like I lived in the Philippines until 20 years old. So when I was like when I was 16, I enrolled in a Japanese school in the Philippines. And when I graduated, I became a teacher at that school. And then I taught for 2 years. And then one of that school got a scholarship partner in Japan, like in uh it's a business side, but if you're doing a business in the Philippines, you should be having you should be doing good stuff for the Filipinos. So this Japanese company got like a school in the Philippines. So what they're doing for the Filipinos is they're sending scholars to Japan. So the time that
Ah,
school, yeah. So I applied for that and then got passed the interview and got selected. And then I went to Japan for free for scholarship for 2 years. So I studied for 2 years, and after that, Japanese scholarship was over. So I was like, it was 2012. I was like, should I go home or should I just stay here? So the thing is, my scholarship was now done. So if I'm gonna stay, I have to work myself while like studying. So I did do the part-time job while studying and managed to study for 2 years. I graduated because you cannot. It's very hard right here to work in a Japanese company if you're not a fresh graduate. So
uh-huh.
that one thing. So it's easier to if you're a fresh graduate in Japan. So what I did is I studied for 2 years, and then I graduated, and then I work
What
as a
course did you
fresh
take?
graduate. It's information technology, IT. Yeah.
And like, how's the
Just
tuition fee there? Is it like a lot, or is it like costly, or
it's mostly like 2 years of the initial payment of the Japanese salary. So for like the whole 2 years too. So it's not
ah?
that expensive. And how much is it? I think it's if you have 18K dollars, you can start in 2 years. Yeah. Mm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So
So
you were learning Japanese as well, or like did you knew Japanese, or is it your second language, or is it your third language?
when I come to Japan,
Yeah.
now, when before coming to Japan, my level was the one I mentioned earlier, JLPT, Japanese Language Proficiency Test. They have like N5, the lowest, wherein it equals to grade one for Japanese people. That was my level when I came here. I know that a bit above that. So and I was N3 when I came here. So it's like grade three, the third grade of the Japanese schooler, ID schooler. So I cannot speak Japanese that fluent. So I only learned 40 kanji. No, 80 kanji actually that one. 80 kanji, and then I could not speak very fluently. I can speak like word by word. Then I came to Japan, then I studied for 2 years. The scholarship that I mentioned earlier is like Japanese language school
Uh-huh.
for 2 years. And this
Uh-huh.
I passed until N1. So when you pass N1, you have a bright future comparatively. So you can go to university, you can go to a school that can, any IT school. So that's easier. Yeah,
Oh,
and I went to
interesting.
school.
I never knew that, but now I knew this story as well about you. I mean, do you want to make me learn some words or something? If you want to teach me some Japanese words.
It's a Japanese word. I'll teach you to one. It's like first is sumimasen. Sumimasen.
Sumimasen.
Sumimasen. Sumimasen. So
Sumimasen.
yes, that one. It means I'm sorry. It
Okay.
also means it also means hey. Oh, hey, here. Sumimasen. Okay. So it also means thank you. When someone dropped a handkerchief and you want to call them their attention, you're gonna say sumimasen, like handling them the handkerchief. It's like, excuse me, you dropped the handkerchief, and then they're gonna come back to you and then pick the handkerchief, and they're gonna say sumimasen, and this means thank you.
Ah.
So and then if someone bumped you while doing that, they're gonna say sumimasen. That means I'm sorry. So
This
very
same word
handy.
has different meanings.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Yeah, that's one. And there's like specifically like thank you, which is arigato. Arigato.
Arigato
Arigato
masai.
gozaimasu. Yeah. Yeah, arigato gozaimasu. So you know these two things and you can just literally just roam around Japan having Google Maps and my lifeline Google Maps. I hate directions. Google Maps and the chat GPT and tell people to this. Yeah, you can
So
survive.
your family is in Filipino, and you often
Yeah.
visit them.
Yeah, I often visit them. We talk every day. Yeah, my siblings, we talk every day. We have this line and then we call once a week. So it's been yeah. I visit them once in a while, especially if I'm in a business trip.
Uh huh.